What is up, and welcome to ScarKnight's Theory. I'm ScarKnight, and I got to say I love this background, so I'll just use this for a couple times from now on throughout the series, whenever it's about Pokemon, okay? And since that episode about the origins of the Pokeball, there has been a few new Pokemon, like Magearna, to throw into the mix. Before I go any further, just wanted to address this real fast, just to clear things up for any confusion. So, what I mean about the origins of the Pokeball, I mean this thing right here, the Pokeball that we know today, not this. We already gone through this. I'm aware it dates back into ancient times, but I wanted to know how this and this became to that. And what's interesting is that they only mentioned the Magearna Pokeball look once. It wasn't ever touched after that, and who knows, maybe Magearna herself influenced this prototype to be a thing replicating the arcane system. Maybe? So that's something new since last time. Another piece of info that is interesting that I found out till after the video was made was Kurt's ancestors were the only ones that made this version of Pokeballs up until the company started to mass produce them. Cool, right? Okay, moving on from that, I just wanted to give that important bit of info, and if you haven't seen it, then I'll make sure to put it on the end slate and the description to be sure to click on it after the video. Don't worry, I didn't spoil anything by saying all this. Anyways, now for the main topic at hand. This guy. Your rival whom you started your journey with, who apparently you were rivals with since you were babies. That douche who picked Squirtle when you picked Charmander. And in an alternate universe, if you pick Squirtle, he would pick Bulbasaur. And in another universe, if you were to pick Bulbasaur, he would pick Charfucking-Man. You get the picture. A future gym leader and a future champion, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Throughout the entire game, he is just one step ahead of you, whether it's getting to a town, beating a gym, or getting closer to completing the Pokédex. Which, by the way, in the SSN, he supposedly caught 40 before the third gym. Let me run the numbers. 46. And I'm being nice here by not including the difficulty of versions, exclusives, free moonstones, and a level cap of 22 when his ace is 20. And even threw in the extra Spearow so he could get that freaking Farfetch. All the Pokemon here are his starter, his evolved form, Rattata, Raticate, Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Spearow, Fearow, Mankey, Nidoran Boy, Nidoran Girl, Nidorino, Nidorina, Nidoking, Nidoqueen, Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, Weedle, Katuna, Beedrill. Let me kill this, is getting a little bit too full. Pikachu, Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, Clefairy, Clefable, Paris, Sandshrew, Sandslap, Geodude, Zubat, Golbat, Ekans, Arbok, Otters, Gloom, Bellsprout, Weepinbell, Abra, Kadabra, Magikarp, Gyarados, Meowth, Farfetch, Diglett, and Drowsy. If you don't put that help into account and with the extra levels, like I said, just drop it to a level cap of 20, then you would have 39. Farfetch not included. Oh, and I did only find 2 moonstones in the cave here, bears, so I'm just gonna drop this to 37. Oh, that's still more Pokemon than me. Now imagine you're Ash, right? Going through in the anime, a long hard-fought battle, getting your 8 badges, you have 1 more badge left, when suddenly your rival arrives in a sports car flipping out 10 badges. How in the world did he get 10 freaking badges? Some of them don't even look familiar. What, was I holding the freaking map upside down? And for crying out loud, he's going for his 11th? Huh? Now figuring this out in the anime of all things, it's gonna be complex, believe me. Truth be told, I probably shouldn't have picked this as my second ever theory, because it's gonna sound like a stretch, but I do got something very interesting, and this has been bothering me since I was a kid. And I haven't heard this much uncovered with other people covering this theory as far as I know, so let me know how I do. Now let me get down to the nitty gritty. Now the cool things about gyms are these unsaid rules. Well, I mean they mention them, but it's not exactly touched upon, you know? Like 1, there could only be 1 gym per city, town, etc. 2, the strongest or chosen trainer will represent the gym. This could also fall under if the gym leader has to take a hiatus or needs a substitute, or it's that person resigns or retires as a gym leader. So here's an example. Flannery's grandfather in the games used to be an Elite Four member, while in the anime he used to own that gym. I don't know, maybe in the games he still at one point had the gym before being an Elite Four member, or the other way around. Regardless, in the anime he retired as a gym leader to become a poet. Yeah. And finally from then on became a new gym leader. It took her a while to grow confident, but she got it now, I think. But it did also show this in the games to stay true to her character. Other substitutes were Agatha and Gary's counterpart Blue for the 8th gym, but I'll get to that. It's important. Shh. Another rule. Rule number 3. Well, not exactly a rule, as that a gym leader could be a person that is not even native to that area. Like Byron moving to Canalave City, or Norman moving into Petalburg from Johto. So it may not be the best for anybody that has their hopes up thinking they're gonna be the next leader when this rule could take in effect. Of course, the in-battle rules, like gym leaders cannot switch out of battle, only the challenger, and the way they set their gym, it could be simple, or they can make something extra that will make the battle take into effect, or make a special attraction like a restaurant or aquarium. Out of all those rules, the single gym rule makes sense because you don't want youngster Joey to beat a gym across the street, only to be another gym for him to beat just a skip and a hop away in the same exact day. It's just too simple, you know? Look at Saffron. There's 2 gyms right next to each other, but there's a huge difference. One of them is no longer an official gym, and that's the fighting dojo. There's no winning sign, no trainer guide, there's no gym badge to give. They do give a free Pokemon, but that's besides the point. All that is because Sabrina took that right from them, but perhaps maybe Gary was able to get that badge before that place got shut down. I mean, think about it, before the guard developed his thirst, maybe after Cerulean he went straight to Saffron. It's not impossible. Fun fact, Ash got Sabrina's badge sooner than he was supposed to, being the 4th badge. Sabrina doesn't seem to have the gym for too long, and she already said she wasn't interested in this gym leadership. Regardless, she is the most feared gym leader in Kanto. In that episode when Ash attempted to get that badge, Sabrina tried to capture them all to turn them into dolls and keep them forever that way. So the guy revealed to be her dad saved them. It didn't seem like he was just wandering around for so long if Sabrina was in charge for so long, or else she would have more dolls in her collection than this. Seems like this was her first couple dolls besides her mom. The point I'm making is Gary doesn't have the Marsh badge, and if the dojo had a different variation badge, he probably got it from them. You know, before the dojo became a dojo. And what is with the anime with flaky dads anyway? Now in the games, we were always told there was 8 official gym badges. Unless Blink Quiz got it all wrong with that question. I mean, the guy is a quiz master, and I don't really think it would be a trick question that should make it seem like we're right. But it is partially correct, regardless, because this is where things begin to get a little bit complicated. Because who's to say they're even official gyms? It's correct that there are 8 official Kanto gym badges and 8 badge gates to prove to the guards to enter to Victory Road, but they aren't the only official 8 gym badges. In Gold Silver Crystal, you could go to the very same Pokemon League known as the Indigo Plateau to turn into your official Johto gym badges, so it is safe to assume you go here from any other region as long as it's certified by the Pokemon League. But hang on though, just because region access to more gym badges elsewhere doesn't mean Gary could just jump on his porch and just go back and forth. It is very unlikely. It's not impossible, in fact, someone in the anime did obtain Johto and Kanto badges. Sakura was the youngest sister of the Kimono girls that had an Eevee. She looked up to Misty because they understand what it's like to be the youngest sister of the family. She eventually started on her journey and evolved her Eevee into Espeon and collected the Zephyr badge, Hive badge, Storm badge, and then went to Kanto to face Misty for the Cascade badge, which she had won. She only did this because she had the mindset on Misty. Understand it's a long trip for anybody, but because she had an objective, rather than Gary over here collecting badges left and right, it's not like he's gonna cross Mount Silver, pass Victory Road, pass Tojo Falls, or whatever the order is, and to still pass 2 towns to get to the first gym badge of Johto, so this is out of the question. It also doesn't solve this unknown badge problem. There's actually a couple other trainers that have unknown badges of their own. Morrison got his 8 badges that nobody's seen before in the Hoenn region. Gary and Nando from Sinnoh got a couple. Trip and Cameron has theirs from Unova and Sawyer from Kalos. From Kanto, besides Gary, is this trainer named Atoshi. The ones I want to acknowledge is this trainer because I strongly believe that this trainer came from a different region due to the style of the badges that are similar. In case you want me to elaborate, all sets of badges that have their own format. Kanto all the way to Hoenn are similar. Sinnoh has this boulder shape look to it. Unova has a more vertical shape to it, while Kalos really focus on the aesthetic. There's also the Orange Islands seashell badges. These are buttonous, bulbous badges. Pardon the alliteration, but I will not count these. Nor will I count the episode where Miss Maggie has granted Ash every badge and saw some badges that no one have ever seen before. That's an illusion. Now then, none of these trainer badges are from Johto. Every other region excluding anything past Kalos has more badges. From Hoenn there is just 9. Sinnoh, Ash has 8. Barry with his 8. 3 of them different means, just add those. Nando, he has 2 in common with Barry, so it remains at 11. Unova, Ash with 8. Trip with 3 different ones, making it 11 again. And Cameron with 3 unknown of his own, but 2 of them are the same as Trip's, so that just adds 1 more to make it 12. Kalo has Ash at 8 again, with Sawyer with 3 different badges, making it 11. For Kanto, there's Ash badges being 8 plus Atoshi's to have common 4, so just add to the other 4. Then there's Gary's with 10, 3 to 4 in common. This picture is a bit altered to the original. It's hard to tell if this is a volcano badge or not. But we'll give it the benefit of the doubt and just give the extra 1 to make it 7 badges to Ash, making it 15 plus 4 from Atoshi to make it 19. That's a lot of freaking badges. So 9, 11, 12, 11, and a whopping 19. Looking at these badges kind of makes me try to speculate what could they be. I could see people that never played Pokemon would name these badges. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Shut up, Fred, this is my game. Mine! Okay, the rock badge. Oh, the boulder badge. I was close. Alright, water badge. Water driplet badge. Cascade badge. How the fuck out? Oh, easy. Sun badge. They probably put something fancy like solar flare badge, huh? Thunder badge, huh? Rainbow badge? I got it wrong, huh? Oh shit, I got it? Alright. Heart badge. Soul badge. God damn it, that makes no sense. Button badge? Circle badge? I don't know what type that is. Okay, I would never have guessed that. Devil badge. Wait, no, it's a kid's show. Fire badge. Okay, volcano badge. Leaf badge? Or forest badge? Or jungle or whatever. Earth? What the? And like, I'm not supposed to know that that's Giovanni. I know that silhouette anywhere. I already fought him twice. He's gonna be the gym I'm facing. But what if I said that that silhouette was more of a question whether he'll be back rather than his big reveal? Well, actually it's both. But think about it from this perspective. It's the first time you visited that the gym's been locked through the majority of the game. In the anime, you couldn't face him till the year after he already started his journey. You think the Pokemon League will allow this attendance just so youngster Joey over here gets stuck on the 7th gate? It's a long way to Johto. Not worth it, my friend. But the Pokemon League do take action into this type of stuff. In Shodan at Dark City, there was 2 gyms having a huge gang war to become the official gym. Why would it be a problem for the 2 gyms just to be there if the rules are not enforced on them? They want to get paid, but they kind of destroy their own town through their own accord anyway. Besides, you don't see McDonald's charging a Burger King across the street in an all-out war, do you? Later in the episode, it was revealed that a certain Nurse Joy, God, there's so many of them, was the official Pokemon League personnel to make them an official gym and tried to force them to clean up the town, and then she'll certify them. There are other gyms that are unlicensed, like AJ's gym, that guy that has that Sandshrew. He accomplished 100 victories. You would think the league would notice, but the reason he wasn't going to take it anyway is because he vowed that he was going to pursue collecting badges of his own after 100. In Hoenn, there's a Fighting Spirit gym with the guy with the cheating Pelipper. Coastline gyms in hopes of becoming a real gym, and Team Rocket at some point ran a gym as well and gave out badges, but they weren't official. this poor guy thinks is real. The Coastline Gym is the most interesting to me because it made me think how it works. Because sure, all the rules I name are from the Pokemon League, but imagine opening a gym. Like if it's a mom and pop shop. You want the word to spread out around to hope that you could become a full-fledged vendor. Too bad Ash didn't spread the news with anyone at the Silver Conference. He said he'll spread the word, but he didn't. Here's a different perspective you could think about. Alright, now where did I put Fred? Hey Fred, come here. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Come on. No, I won't hurt you. Alright. Here you go, man. Here's the guitar. Now imagine Fred over here is like a super famous guitar player or something, and he hasn't decided what city he's gonna go to, and he's very open of having a visit to any city that really demands for it. And then there's a couple cities here and there that are fighting. It's like, oh, you should join my venue because of this and that, and you know, of course he's in high demand. So you know how fundraisers go in schools where they want certain concerts or something to go over at their school and why they should go there rather than the other ones or something. It's something along those lines. See, because we live in a world full of Pokemon trainers, it's a very big deal becoming a gym leader and becoming an Elite Four member and becoming a champion. This is like the World Cup and the Olympics where all these trainers go in the Pokemon League, so it's very, very important. So you would think that if there's a gym spot open, that their city really want to represent that they got the best trainer. Regardless, this episode is the answer to what happened to Kanto's state, because everything changed when Giovanni stopped showing up. The number city trying to fill that spot to become the last and final gym, with Sabrina kicking out the Karate King and starting to turn Saffron into something off only you could see in a scary movie, and Blaine as well as closing the gym temporarily. He hated the number of people showing up as tourists and no serious challengers. What if they show up and they can't find them? Erica as well as only letting women in, despite a couple of males somehow getting the badge, so I don't know. Brock leaving, Misty leaving. It's a mess, and sure they might be covered, but the Misty sisters are practically giving those badges away, just like how Volkner did. Fantina as well in the Sinnoh region disappears and barely ever reappears. It's not much of an issue though. In third gen there's a transition with Wallace for Juan. Unova's an absolute cluster, with Lenora resigning, Charon barely moving in, Bryson going back to film, Drayden retiring as well as Silent leaving, and for Kalos, Clement left, and he left a robot that harms people in charge. Yay! So maybe there's plenty of openings considering all that. And it's no wonder Johto's fine. At the time you know exactly where Jasmine's at. It's only in future games where she spends time doing something new and doing coordinating for contests and stuff. Claire's the only thing you got to worry about really. Only because she doesn't give you the freaking badge, but that's about it. But who could be some of these gym leaders of these gym badges? It can't just be anybody. When I look at Sawyer's badges, it made more sense than most. Look at this badge. Does it remind you of anything? Golden aesthetic, blue bubbles, white crown. I believe this badge belonged to Cybold. You don't see him in the anime except for the special with Mega Charizard X and stuff, and this badge as well might belong to Malva. That last one might belong to Drasna, but I'm not completely sure. I was gonna say Diantha, but Sawyer, he already flips out and he's like, oh my gosh, you face Diantha? So I can't include her. And another note, all the Elite Four members that have gone through the anime have like some different aspects to it. Some aren't even referred to as Elite Four member, like for example Lorelei. She's referred to as Prima, and I don't think they actually noted that she was an Elite Four member, but she was an expert trainer. Bruno they did refer to as an Elite Four trainer, as well as Agatha later. This was around the beginning of the Battle Frontier. Lance was referred to as a champion on his anime debut. Koga was never in an Elite Four position in the anime because they only featured him in the gym leader battle. Will and Karen was not in the anime. Sydney, Phoebe, and Glacia was not in the anime as well. Drake was, and he was also referred to as Elite Four member. Chantel, Marshall, and Grimsley was also not featured in the anime. Caitlyn was, however, and she was also facing the champion Cynthia. And really, the full Elite Four was in Sinnoh. They featured Aaron, Flint, Bertha, even though she doesn't like being called an Elite Four member, and even Lucian. All of them mention about becoming an Elite Four. They even mention if you win the league, you get to go in the Champions League, face the Elite Four to go against the champion. And it's not impossible for these badges to belong to the Elite Four. Maybe that's how they got promoted. Some wandering trainers made it because they went against the league. And the way the Elite Four started in the first place was because Lance became champion and entrusted 3 other elite trainers to see if the opponent is worthy enough to face him. When Blue or Gary showed up and became champion and Red then came after to take his place, that's how the format of the Elite Four and then the champion came to be. Since Lance tells us it's like if it was a huge unveiling. Since then it's been like this. Bruno and Agatha are more likely to be wandering trainers, for example. I say Agatha because there was mention that she rivals with Oak, just like how Red and Blue was. Anyways, for those that cannot journey, like Malva, who's a Team Flare member and a reporter, and Cybold, who's a chef, they have to prove by other means why they are the best. Through Variety Channel, it was known that Aaron became a Elite Four member after quitting his gym leader position. So that's how you know that I'm just not saying that because Koga became promoted from gym leader to Elite Four member. Aaron was like this as well. It said that Flynn at the same time as Volkner became gym leader became an Elite Four member, but I find it more likely that he was a gym leader as well. Look at the placement of this badge case. It even features on the screen of the league. I believe in some point later, in the same journey that Ash took while he was in Sinnoh, Flynn was promoted to become an Elite Four member. And at the same time as this is when Volkner completely lost the will to fight. The spark that's no longer ignited. Last one that I'm sure everyone will question because Black and White, Black 2 and White 2 happen to cross paths. You know, they try to merge games together in the MMA. And this is the instance where Ash had one more badge to get and was going to get the Legends badge from Drayden. But wasn't it a bit suspicious that it just so happens that Drayden Gym had to close down? He then turned to the next closest gym, which was Roxy, who admittedly says that she hasn't lost it for a while, so there's a confirmation that she's been there for a certain period of time. Maybe for a short while, who knows? A while. And although Drayden did have another match in the gym with Iris, not really a gym badge battle, but whatever. Marlin's also a new addition, but I think it was the Pokemon League's way of fixing the system within the region to make the league possible. Just look at all these people. Well, there is another method that I didn't mention to get into the Pokemon League, and that is passing the Pokemon League exam. Lame. And in case you still need some more convincing of who else is on there, there's not enough Elite Four members to cover the whole region. What are trainers that are higher than gym leaders, but more likely lower than Elite Four members since they're like the next thing to champion? Have you come up with one? No? Have you considered the Frontier Brains? There is the Hoenn / Kanto Frontier Brains, where there's 5 members. There's also the Johto / Sinnoh 5 members that Scott is all in charge of. More likely trainers that should have been promoted to Elite Four, but since there's just exclusively to only 4 members, maybe this is where they prefer being. Some people even consider them stronger than the Elite Four, especially that cheating Brandon with all your Reggies. Alright, so you might have noticed that in the title it says Remake. The reason for that is because in the original video, basically I didn't actually explain how Gary got his 10 badges. Now throughout the whole video, I did explain like the mass volume of gym badges and gym leaders that whether they're active or inactive, the Pokemon League are swapping in and out and keeping everybody on notice that are looking to get these gym badges to participate in the Pokemon League. All these trainers that have like these handbooks that are up to date are on edge, trying to get to gym perfectly on time. You know, Gary is one of those trainers that is on top of that would always know exactly where to go. He planned everything very carefully, and he's been in the car this whole entire time. And Ash kind of has that within when it comes to Brock, because Brock usually gets the up-to-date handbooks that tell him what's up to date and where he needs to go. Pretty much, Brock is his advice guy that he'll look into, and then they'll do their own thing. Because when you did see, you know, when Giovanni came back to Viridian Gym, all of a sudden you see Gary already waiting there, and then Ash also learned that the Viridian gym leader has came back. Just so happened to go to Viridian to go against the gym. He's been there before, but it wasn't open at that point. Does that make sense? That Brock had that up-to-date handbook, and now they know, hey, the Viridian gym's open, we should probably go there since we're already at Pallet. So it's all a matter of convenience as well, and that's why I think that Gary is just on top of just about everything. He got 10 gym badges. With all this careful planning, you see him take a break in that episode when he went to Cinnabar Island, and he was just basically on vacation. He was trying to look for Blaine. I'm pretty sure he ended up finding him because of if you see the gym badge, he has like the volcano badge already has there. And yeah, he was going for his 11th badge. And that's something that I do believe in, is that there is only 8 official gym badges, but the Pokemon League, because due to Giovanni being inactive, they have to swap him in or out, and seeing which ones, which some of the gyms in the city should be officially official, because that's what I was trying to cover the whole entire time. Same goes for the other generations where there's like inactive gym leaders. Something else I did mention before is those Elite Four members and the Frontier Brains that might potentially used to be gym leaders themselves, and or it could be possibly Wanderer trainers. Like I already mentioned, Bruno and Agatha more likely being the Wanderer trainers, and then like the already factual thing of Aaron and Koga being used to be gym leaders and now are Elite Four members. And I think there's a mixture of both when it comes to Wanderers and gym leader. I think that is Flint. He used to wander and then he became a gym leader. That's what I believe. It's not factual, but I do believe it's the case. All these gym badges that I pointed out that could be resembling to somebody else, you know, like Cybold, he was a chef. I'm pretty sure he made a gym for himself, and this is what his gym badge used to be. And he's skillful enough to be exceeding into the Elite Four for that region, you know. And for those Frontier Brains, from Gym Leader to Frontier Brain, I think it's a huge deal. I don't think it's just merely a Wanderer trainer. Maybe because like Brandon, he could be a wandering trainer that just got lucky to catch these legendary Pokemon, but these are pretty high status. Again, they may be even better than the Elite Four members themselves, but that's why I say that. So that's why I want you guys to tell me what you believe in. But this is where the outcome comes in when it comes to Gary, where he gets all the gym badges within Kanto, where he gets 10 straight up gym badges with all this cluster of a mess that Giovanni created just by not being active, and or maybe Blaine because he was inactive at one point as well. Also, the Karate King, aka the Dojo Master in Saffron City, lost his right to become gym leader thanks to Sabrina. I'm pretty sure Gary went there way before, like immediately after. Again, he's in a car with a bunch of cheerleaders that drive him anywhere they want to go, and they floor it all the way throughout that region. And I guess he didn't hear about Sabrina replacing him because he's all like, well, I got Saffron already covered and I'm not going back there, or something like that. But besides with the Frontier Brains, I don't think there's Wanderer trainers. I think most of them more likely used to be gym leaders at some point, that, you know, are skillful enough to become Elite Four members. But again, it's just the 4 of them, and it does not exceed 4 after that. So they're just either left to be gym leaders or either left to not be associated with that into something bigger, which is what Scott had planned for, being this giant facility where you face one of the most advanced trainers in the world. in Scott's opinion. Like, Scott picked a handful of talented, skillful trainers for you to face. But that's what I believe. Is all these gym badges that would perfectly fit out would be more likely the Frontier Brains, former Elite Four members, and so on and so forth. And you know, I kind of want to know what you guys think. Do you think that there's more than 8 gyms that are official, or do you think it's just the set 8, and if there's an active, then they swap them out for something else? Which one do you think it is? Let me know in the comment section below. I know this was super complicated just to explain why Gary has 10 badges, and I have to go in depth looking through all the badges and all the gym leaders and all the gyms and the Elite Four members, even got the Frontier Brains involved. But really, it just, with all this work, I really started to think that Gary is like pure evil or something. Wait, it can't be. I knew it. I knew it! Hey, you made it to the end of the video, so if you liked this episode, don't forget to press that like button. And I'm gonna be that guy and actually give you 2 decisions of the theory. Do you think hashtag more than 8 or hashtag regional 8? And also subscribe to become a white tiger or dragon. You could pick either or side, just like how you're doing the hashtags. So either pick white tiger or dragon, and while you do so, don't forget to vote, because voting is underway right as we speak, and voting will end before Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time finale. Now, it's just, voting is simple. All you have to do is comment what game you want me to play down below in any video that I own. Also, go click on the mystery video in the description. It'll take you to a mysterious video, and then when you put the hashtag regional 8 or hashtag more than 8, you could go put that in the comment section to earn more bonus points. It'll also give you priority to earn more prizes, so there you go. So white tigers and dragons to you, and you've been scarred by the night. I'm out! Even with all these badges, and people were super astonished when Gary got 10 badges, it's kind of weird if they are multiple badges, that how come there's no completionists out there, you know? With the ranks of Ash having 8 badges, and you know, I remember some episodes they're surprised that he got like 2 gym badges or even 7 gym badges. They're pretty surprised. So like Gary's like an alpha male out of all of these, right? Hey guys, I'm Gold. Have you seen Red? Oh cool, badges. Oh cool, you got 8? Oh, you got 10. Oh, I got 16 badges.